Semen retention gang, you know what's going on. Listen, bro. See, 2025, listen, you gotta see what 2025 is for what it really is. Literally. This is the most shameless generation. Women will actually come up to you. You no longer have to go up to a woman. A woman will come up to you and ask you for your number. If she think you look good in 2025, she's gonna approach you. Trust me. You got to learn patience. A lot of dudes out here is giving up. I'm telling you, majority of men out here in America, they're giving up. They're giving all the way up. They're giving up on their jobs. They're leaving their jobs. Now, when they put, quote unquote, don't be surprised when they put robots and start inside of jobs, because dudes don't want to work. Yes, dudes do not want to work. These dudes out here are depressed. They still smiling. They still trying to show the law of attraction, but they don't want to put the work in. They think as long as they effed up and they're smiling, that they're gonna get blessed. They expect somebody to come save them. This is the mentality that I want to get rid of. Listen, as a masculine man, you have to realize nobody's coming to save you. Not your mama, not your father, not your sister, not your brother, not your big brother, not your big sister, not your great cousin, not your great grandma, not your great grandfather. You're the only person that's coming to save you. You. And if you don't realize that you're the only person that can save you, you're in a dark place. You're in a dark place right now. All these lazy men, they don't want to work a 9 to 5. So guess what? Everybody put a B in the chat for broke men. Put a B in the chat for broke men. That's what's going to happen when they don't have a 9 to 5. Who's going to pay their bills? They're going to be living on the street, strung out on drugs. Listen, you have to stay focused as a man. Once somebody takes your focus away, you out of there. I repeat, once somebody takes your focus away, you're out of there. You cannot be like the masses. The masses wants to give up. But you cannot want to give up. We actually have the seed. That's what I keep telling y'all dudes. You have to control your lust. People think, it's not just lust, it's resources too. It's all lust. Why do you think they can't control their resources? Because they keep buying OnlyFans. They keep buying subscriptions to the hub. They keep paying for single mothers. And they don't even have their life together. So everybody that comes around them is a parasite. And they want to generalize for the whole world being parasites. I'm going to say this again. They keep saying that people are parasites, but it's the people that they're around. They're around disrespectful people. When they work 9 to 5s, they don't save their money. They think they'll work at that 9 to 5 for 12 years. They think they'll work at that 9 to 5 for 12 years. So when they get a 9 to 5, they don't take advantage of opportunities. Listen, I'm here to tell you as a masculine man, you better take full advantage of opportunities. I'm taking full advantage of YouTube. I can drop 6 to 10 videos every single day. And they like, yo, you dropping too much. You dropping too much. Shut up. Listen, I can do whatever I want to. Listen, I can have an abundance. Because guess what? It's enough money out here for everyone to be a billionaire. Yes, I believe it's enough money out here for every single body to be a billionaire. It's enough money. It gets printed every single day. There's no reason you think there's no money out here. Money gets printed every single day. If there was no money out here, guess what? They wouldn't sell you Lamborghinis. They wouldn't try to sell Rolls Royces. People actually have $500,000 cash to spend just to give away. Yes, people actually have $500,000 just to give away. You have to understand. But dudes don't want to put in that work. They want to ride around in the $800 Toyota Corolla for the rest of their life. They don't want to get the $800 Toyota Corolla cash car, upgrade it, resell it. They don't want to do that. They do not want to do that. They want they want Jesus to crack the sky, come down, and throw him $1 million. Listen, you have to get that delusion out of your head. This is what happens when you listen to the wrong people. When you engage with the wrong identity. Yes, when you engage with the wrong identity, when you become the wrong person that you're not truly supposed to be. Listen, dudes want to tell you, oh, we don't want to work no more. Listen, you have to see those dudes as the new beggars. They're going to be begging. Trust me. How do you think they're going to get $20 when they run out of money? They don't want to work. And YouTube is not going to pay them because they don't have enough subscribers. They're not Kai Cenat. They didn't sell their soul. So how are they going to get money? What's going to happen when they want a pizza and they don't have $5? They can't even buy a Little Caesars pizza. And for all the people out there like, oh, Little Caesars is not healthy. You live in America. You don't have enough resources to go where they serve healthy food. Listen, as a masculine man, do you know what I just told you right there? If that didn't give you motivation, listen, I don't know what will. You don't have enough resources to leave your country to go to a better country that sells healthy and natural foods with all of its nutrition in it. You have to eat processed food in America because you don't make sacrifices. That's what's going to happen when you don't make sacrifices. When you don't make physical sacrifices, you're going to look like a skinny thing. You're going to look like a stick figure. When you don't make sacrifices physically, you're going to look like a fat sack of potatoes and you're going to give up on life. Listen, the body and the mind goes hand to hand. If you have a weak body, you also have a weak mindset. Because to have a strong mindset, you would have to build a strong body. This is why I keep telling y'all dudes, look at people's bodies. And this is why the darker forces are even getting smart enough to get in shape. The darker forces are in shape now. Because they understand the body tells a lot about yourself. So even if the darker forces are now pushing agendas and red pills, why are dudes still going outside with potato bodies? They look like Mr. Potato Head. They look like Mr. Potato Head. And they want the baddie. Why would you want a baddie? Isn't she bad for you? They don't want beautiful women. They don't want beautiful, pure women. They want a baddie. So she can take all of their resources. Listen, it's not the job why you feel like you're a slave. You feel like you're a slave because you think you are your job title. Listen, this is why I have to take away titles. Listen. Dudes are depressed at Burger King because they think that they're Burger King. When you leave Burger King and clock out, you are an individual now. You are off the clock. But in capitalism, for some reason, even when they clock out, they're still clocked in. They still think they're a Walmart employee when they clock out. When you clock out of Walmart, you're yourself now. Now you can make content. Now you can get back in shape. Now you can get back to your workout routine. But no, you just want to lay down because you want to be lazy. You think, hey, I'm getting this $200 check coming in 2 weeks. I'm just going to lay down and eat $20 worth of chips, $20 worth of cookies, $20 worth of Pop-Tarts. They already down 60. Like, you have to understand this. Now they got 140. Then they want to quit their job with that last 140. They think that's going to last 3 years. They're not thinking long term. See, listen, people who don't want to work a 9 to 5, they're just dudes who don't think long term. You know, they think short term. I want to take a break. I want to take a break. I've been working 12 hours and I only have $140, but I deserve a break. That's how they want you to think. That's how they want you to act. That is non-masculine. That's why I tell dudes to get your body in shape, because it will train your mind to push through pain. Dudes ain't waking up doing 1,000 push-ups a day like me. 1,500 here, 2,000 push-ups today. You know why dudes ain't doing that? Because soon as they get to 200, 300 push-ups, your arms start getting sore. And you think, hey, it's time for me to give up. I'll listen to my body. Listen, you don't listen to your body. You control your body. That's the difference between a masculine man and a male. They listen to their body. They only train 4 days a week. We train 6, 7 days a week. We're actually overtraining, and we still look better than everybody. Everybody talk about overtraining. Listen, you would die before you get to overtraining, quote unquote. There's no way possible you've laid on the couch, ate 17 bags of hot fries and Pop-Tarts, and you think you working out really hard for an hour is overtraining. Let's be for real. People love to use overtraining as an excuse for laziness. You are undertraining. How about that? We're going to make a new rule in body game. Instead of just overtraining, we're going to talk about undertraining. That's what a lot of lazy men are known for. Lazy men are the best at it. If you want to know a man who undertrains, go look at a lazy man. Look how his body look. You want that? You desire that? That look? That type of look? You can't take your shirt off and fully be confident. I know you're lying. You need resources to take your shirt off when you have man boobs. When you don't have man boobs, you can actually be confident. Women will actually look at you, and you only have $5 in your pocket. Yes, if you have $5 in your pocket and you're in shape, not only will women pay attention to you, but job opportunities, money, financial opportunities will look at you. You have to understand there's rich people out here that are out of shape. So what is that going to tell you? When a rich person see you, dang, they got more money than you. They got more status than you. And guess what? They don't have more than you. Not more muscles. So now they need you as a personal trainer. Now you have just opened yourself up to more opportunities due to having muscles. Why do you think the pretty girl gets flown out to Cancun and Dubai? Because of how her body looks, how she represents, how her body represents to the world. It doesn't matter if she didn't put the work in to do it. She still looks good, and it represents a certain type of status to the world. Dudes don't want to get in shape and are talking about women. Like, dude, you're not in shape. You are unattractive. You don't deserve to talk about women. Dude, you don't have a 9 to 5. You don't deserve to talk about women. You're not even able to kick your feet up yet. You don't have time. Dudes want women, but women want time. If you don't have time, you don't have time for women. If you're not financially stable, you don't have your own house. You don't have your 4 beach houses. You don't have your own McLaren. Guess what that means? You don't have time. It's not a bad thing. Hey, he doesn't have time for a baddie. So what? Focus on yourself, and guess what? In a few years, you will have time. In 7 to 10 years, you will have time to not have to work. In 7 to 10 years, you focus on pure focus and tunnel vision for success, and you don't listen to lazy people. Oh, in 7 to 10 years, you'll be able to kick your feet up. You'll be retired, even having your own business run itself while you sleep. Oh, yeah. You'll have the dream life. You'll actually be able to take your wife and travel the whole entire world with her. You can't do that when you have a 9 to 5. That just means take your time. If you have a 9 to 5, that means take your time. You're listening to Bandman Kevin when he's telling you, oh, I wouldn't work a 9 to 5. Yeah, that's kind of slavery. Listen, those are men with greed. Do you not understand? He came up off of scamming. Women like scammers, trappers, and rappers for a reason. They go to jail. Now they can get a new guy. Don't get tricked out your position out here. Do not get tricked out your masculinity. A lot of dudes in America, they all get tricked out of their masculinity. They let a woman tell you, no, I don't like a guy that uses his hands. I think that's feminine. A woman will say that. But it doesn't matter because men and women both lie. But numbers do not lie. Men and women can say you're ugly if you're attractive. But guess what? When a landlord come collect the rent, you think you can pay with how good you look? No, you're going to need a 9 to 5. If you don't make $30,000 a month consistently with your own business, you need a 9 to 5. You need a 9 to 5 and work and fix your credit. You need to get your credit score up to an 800. You guys need to live life. You dudes are chasing orgasms and it's going out sad. You chasing orgasms, you explode with the orgasm, pause. Boom, that's the orgasm. Pause. And that's your life. Boom. Every time you ejaculate, that's your life. Boom, you're blowing your life up. You don't care about yourself? So guess what? Now I see why other people don't care about you. Now I see why the landlord don't care about you. Because you don't care about yourself to pay your bills on time. You don't care about yourself to not be lazy, to stay on top of your game for 7 to 10 years straight. Listen, semen retention gang, you know what's going on. Listen, bro, this is why I teach dudes to be an introvert. Because when you're an introvert, you don't have friends to look up to for bad advice. Semen retention gang, you know what's going on. Listen, bro, it's day 82. If you're not retaining your seed, I don't want to talk to you.